Hi there, welcome to Modern Vegan Family. I'm Lisa Chell and we're in Chell's Kitchen, where today we're going to be making tofu croutons. Now I'm a big lover of Buddha bowls as my go-to plant-based meal. And one day I went visiting my daughter and her husband, and he was making croutons out of tofu. And I thought tofu croutons was a brilliant idea as just a different type of protein addition to your favorite Buddha bowl or veggie bowl. So super easy to make tofu croutons. I imagine you can make them with all sorts of different marinades and seasonings. This happens to be one of my favorites. So I press a block of sprouted, organic, non-GMO tofu, and I just slice it in three that way, and then probably in about 4 or 5 little strips lengthwise, and then I'm just going to cut it into cubes, crouton size cubes. Before I use it, I press the water out of it just in a towel or some paper towel. I use a clean dish towel. I squeeze the water out of it. So there's my block of tofu ready to have the marinade added. So what do I use for a marinade? I use a 1/4 cup of Bragg's liquid aminos. I love this. That is my go-to. I never even use soy sauce anymore. I always use Bragg's. Tastes wonderful. 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, also known as nooch. Now you can find this in most health food stores in bulk or by the bag. It is not like baking yeast. It is a nutritional product. It's very savory, and it adds that cheesy flavor to everything that you'll see in that's called cheese in plant-based cooking. So 2 tablespoons of nooch. I use 2 tablespoons of not a strong flavored oil. I mean, you could use olive oil. Today I've chosen to use avocado oil. A teaspoon of paprika, a teaspoon of turmeric, cayenne to taste. This is probably about a 1/4 teaspoon. When I'm making it for my family, I usually use about a teaspoon. We like it really hot and spicy. And then about a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. I put the lid on and I shake that all up so that the tofu is completely, all the cubes are covered. And because I added some oil in the marinade, I don't need to grease my pan, so I'm just gonna put it on a pan and make sure that all the yummy stuff is scraped out of the bowl onto the cubes. I'm gonna spread that out on my pan. And I'm going to bake this at 350. Now, here's the thing. Some people might like their tofu croutons a little chewier. Some might like them a little crunchier. So if you're on the chewy side, probably you'll put that in every 10 minutes or so. You'll check it, toss them around a little bit. It might take between 20 and 30 minutes to get that nice chewy consistency. If you want them a little bit crunchier, leave them in for another 10 minutes, about 40 to 45 minutes. Again, always checking though and moving them around so some don't burn. So I'm not going to turn my oven on because it gets really noisy and I'm videotaping, but I would just pop them in the oven, set my timer, and away you go. Here's what they look like in real life when they come out of the oven. They look like this. Look at this, nice brown little cubes. These have a little bit of crunch on the outside, a little bit chewy, just the way I like them. So of course you're going to find your own way to do this. Now, this makes an absolute awesome protein addition to any Buddha bowl. So tonight, one of the things that I love about whenever I do a series of videos and I plan a night or a day to do a bunch of videos, I like to do foods that blend in with each other, that are complementary to each other. So in this series of videos, I did one on tzatziki, and then I did one on falafel and falafel sauce. So this video, imagine that you have some of that left over in your fridge, and it's very practical and affordable and delightful to use it again. I've got some tzatziki. I still have some ingredients chopped here from the falafel, and I have some of the savory herb sauce. So So here's my yam. I'm going to add some tomatoes to the bowl. I'm going to add some lettuce. I'm going to build myself a little bit of a Buddha bowl. I'll add some red pepper. Of course, you know, in Chel's kitchen, I wash my hands and I touch my food. Mama says it's okay to play with your food with your fingers. Add some cucumber, and then throw on some tofu croutons. Stack those around the bowl. Okay, now before we put the sauce on already, look at that color. Look at that. It's amazing. So delicious. Oh, all veggies. Then you take your savory sauce. You smother it all over your bowl because it is a healthy sauce. It's not filled with all sorts of unknown chemicals and fats and things. And there you have it. An amazing Buddha bowl, amazing veggies, healthy tofu croutons. And you're going to love it. I guarantee it. Thanks for coming to Modern Vegan Family. Hit the subscribe button. I'm putting up new content all the time. Enjoy your Buddha bowl. Peace, love, and plants.